Okay, in this video I thought we'd compare the Oritet Bossk, which is the Russian bootleg, with the Kenner POTF2 Bossk, which the Oritet is based on. And we can see how similar they are and all that sort of stuff. And you know, so here's the two figures. You can see that this figure, the pink figure, is based on the original Kenner POTF2. I mean, this figure back in the day was a really good sculpt of Bossk, one of the better POTF2 figures. I mean, they really kind of nailed it. I mean, there are better versions. The, what was it, VOTC Saga version, the one that came on a vintage card, which was reissued on the blue, what was it, Dark Shadows card. That's a really good one. That's the best, actually. There's the figure, Kenner China. What year was it? 1997, I think. Let me just see. Yeah, 97. So this is the original figure, and then Oritet took this sculpt and copied it in this fantastic pink. Figure's unpainted, it's just raw plastic, so the limbs, hands, all the forearms and the feet and the head are this sort of greenish colour, same colour as the weapons. But it's quite a good likeness. You can see the feet are different. This, like, the part of the leg is a lot higher here, but this one has extra articulation. The feet actually rotate. There's no peg holes either. I mean, I think the POTF2 version has more better definition in terms of sculpting. And this painted skin, the red eye, the tiny sharp teeth. Just a really good figure. So I've always liked this Bossk. I always thought it was a really good figure, especially for the early days of POTF2. Come with the same accessories. I think they're a bit sharper on the original, but we'll look at them in a minute. Let's just compare the figures. So we'll move those figures, weapons, sorry, and compare the figures. Really nice. I mean, the pink is just so shocking. This plastic feels quite waxy, whereas this feels more like what you're used to when you fiddle with your action figures, if you know what I mean. Really nice. Looks so good together. You can see that his fingers there are more closed together, whereas this one is more opened. I guess you'd call that a tridactyl grip. I mean, look at that lovely work on the badge there. Got the hose in the back. Yes, it does feel a lot more waxy. It's also got the hose. It's got this webbing, flight webbing. So it looks like they simplified the sculpt a little bit, or it's a softer sculpt, which is often the case with bootlegs. Got the ridges in the back of the head, so is this Bossk. There's his side of his head. Let's turn it that way. There's the side of his head. So they did quite a good job replicating the head sculpt. What are you looking at? Let's have the heads gazing longingly into each other's eyes. Why Oritet chose this figure, who knows? It's certainly one of the better Power of the Force figures, if not the best. Power of the Force 2, I mean. Look great together. So the additional articulation is here at the ankle, here at the forearm, so the arms rotate as well, and this one as well. But I think you can see that the sculpting is more defined on the Power of the Force 2 figure. And the detailing here, it's quite like it's almost melted, whereas here you can see everything clearly defined, these bits of metal that go over the flight suit. Maybe his snout's a little bit longer, it's hard to tell though. Can you see the teeth? Just. But it's really interesting to see, I think, comparing a bootleg from Russia and the original official Kenner product. Look great together. Now we're going to look at the weapons. Start with a little pistol. So this is the Oritet, and this is the original. So they did quite a good sculpt copy of that. Let's have them facing the same way. Obviously the original looks a lot sharper. You've got more like a little indentation at the barrel. But it's not a bad copy. And then let's look at the other side. Not bad. Same indentation missing there. These little holes there are less defined. So overall it's a lot less sharper looking. It's quite rubbery. It's quite soft as well, bendable, but not quite as soft as this one there. And let's look at the long rifle. That's the Power of the Force 2. And that's the copy. So again, this is a lot more crude in terms of its definition. So you can see there, maybe on the magazine there's a stripe or indentation which is missing there. The sight there is a lot sharper. So is there more sharper. It's not a bad copy, I guess. It's also more flash on the edge of where they moulded it. And this side. This little nodule is a lot more sharp looking there. So I guess it's the same for the weapons as it is for the actual figure, that this one's not as sharp as the original Power of the Force 2, lacks paint. what's more collectible. Obviously the Russian bootleg is, I'd say. It's a very rare metallic green version, which if you go to the channel called Action Figure Graders, you can see that, and he's got a really good video about Russian Oritets, so he knows far more than I do. But I thought you'd like to see these two together. I know Bossk Bounty might watch this because he's a Bossk fan. Really great. He's got articulation in the waist. I wonder if this one still has. Yep. Really nice. These look so good together. Okay, so it's the Oritet Bossk and the original Power of the Force Bossk from 1997. This would have been from early 2000s. Great looking figure. Really nice. Yeah, you can see a bit more flash around the middle finger. I mean, they've modified it so that the feet are different. Really cool. It's just the colour of this is just pretty out there. Really nice. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. And if you want to find out more, go to Action Figure Grader. These you can pick up for about $20 US from a seller in Spain, and I think you can get them in the States as well, maybe a couple of dollars more. But eventually these will become scarce, and then obviously after that the prices will start to go up. There's not many Oritets. There's the AT-AT Driver, which is a silver figure. There's the Power of the Force 2 Chewbacca. There's the Bossk. There's the Yoda. And if there's any others, I'm not sure. But there's not many of these. I mean, in terms of the range. So really nice to see these figures together, and the comparison between the weapons and the actual figures. Of course, this video is getting long, but I thought it might be of use. Right, cheers, goodbye.